We hear 4 premiers, including yourself, are testifying at a House of Commons committee this week on the carbon tax. Just tell us more about it. What's your plan? What are you hoping to chat about?
Well, look, I mean, when we look at the inflation crisis that we have, the affordability crisis that we have, and the fact that the constant layering on of federal taxes is adding to that, we have asked at a minimum that they just not increase the tax on April the 1st. When you think about a couple of things, number one, most provinces have a fuel tax to help pay for roads. We're no exception. Even the federal government has a fuel tax to help pay for roads. That's 10 cents. On top of that, they will have another 17 cents for a carbon tax. On top of that, they charge GST on all of that, which adds an extra 2 cents on top for additional GST of tax on tax. And people have had enough. People want to be able to see their cost of living go down. We're seeing that in some small measure, but the problem that we have with the approach that they're taking is that when they tax small businesses, they don't rebate to small businesses. So the small businesses have to work those prices into the cost of everything that they sell, which then it fuels the inflation issues, which then has the Bank of Canada saying inflation's not cooled off enough yet, so we can't reduce interest rates. And if you can't reduce interest rates now when people are going to get their mortgages renewed, it also impacts them there. The other part of the problem is the unfair treatment on the on home heating fuel. Keep in mind, in Alberta, we made the decision, I believe in Lougheed's day, to move away from higher emissions types of fuels to natural gas, which was the clean burning fuel at that time. And so it's part of the reason why us in Alberta and in Saskatchewan are so dependent on natural gas, is we made that early decision. And so instead, the federal government stepped in and they gave a reprieve for 3 years to Atlantic Canadians, and have done nothing to help reduce the burden on residents in the rest of the country. And keep in mind how bad this is. When that fuel tax on natural gas goes up on April the 1st, it'll be over $4 a gigajoule. Gas right now is selling at, I believe, $1.72 a gigajoule. So the tax is more than double what people are paying for the base price of fuel. And those are 2 of the big cases that we're going to make. It's just that the combination of the extra cost on home heating, the extra cost as well on transportation fuel, we just think that the federal government, at a bare minimum, should just not increase the tax.
Do you think with 4 premiers testifying, it'll be fruitful?
I hope so. I mean, I think it's we all come from different perspectives. We've got, I believe, myself and Scott Moe. People know where we're coming from on it. I believe Tim Houston and Blaine Higgs are the other 2. So to get the perspective of provinces in both the East and the West, I hope it does have some impact on the committee.